Okay, well, welcome everyone. Don and Nancy Carson from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, right in the center of North America, believe it or not. Looking forward to sharing with you the newest, the most up-to-date information and the excitement. But before we do that, why don't you guys all, just those of you that want to, just unmute yourself and just say, hey, where are you from? And a quick, where I'm from, hey, I'm from wherever. And just, let's get that on recording. Go ahead.
From London, United Kingdom.
I'm from Vermont.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Jay Johnson, North
New
Carolina.
York.
Garrison Curley, Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Alberta, Canada.
Coming at you live
North Carolina.
Alabama.
Ohio.
Wonderful.
Montgomery, California.
Well, thank you so much.
California.
Thank you so much, all of you.
There you go.
Okay, listen, you could hear in those words, first of all, I can see the faces because I've talked to many of you, the excitement in your voice. And that in itself excites my wife and I, because us like you are at the ground floor of a pending phenomenon that has been existing in society without us being involved for many, many years, the collectible space. Many of us are collectors. Many of you want to be a collector. Some of you were collectors when you were kids, and many of you know what's going on in the world of collectibles. It's a complete phenomenon because there's studies being done now on how the industry will grow to $1 trillion in revenue in the collectible space sometime in this decade. Why do we share that with you? Well, we're going to talk to you a little bit tonight. For those of you that are here for the first time, my wife Nancy and I have been blessed with this opportunity to be master distributors of Collect Direct, and Dave Jordan, the CEO, and his wife Joyce have become very good friends of ours, I would say, over the last 8.5, 9 years. And the man is a legend. And I say that from a perspective of the collectible industry. Nancy, you've met him, you've seen his passion. Maybe you could lead into that message I just said about a legend, Dave Jordan.
Well, Dave and Joyce, they're so unique. I've never met anybody like them. The very first time I drove down to meet them in Grand Forks, North Dakota, I was really surprised. They took me to what was their favorite place? The Ground Round. We were down there and had a great lunch and just so much fun, such real people. And a friendship blossomed from that, a friendship that we've had for quite some time. And they're not like anybody I've ever met before. And that's really refreshing in this unique place that we call network marketing or even business. They're not like anybody that I've met before in business. So they're just very easy to know. They're like your aunt or your uncle or your cousin. They become family instantly. And there's just something about them that is attracting. They're like magnets for us, and we get drawn into whatever they're doing. So I'm still just giggling and laughing because Dawn said phenomenon like twice at the beginning of this. And every time I hear somebody say that word, it reminds me of my childhood. There was a TV show called Sesame Street, and the guy used to come to the front and he'd go, phenomenon, dun, 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 dun. Phenomenon. And it's the only time I ever hear the word, really. And then you used it twice, and I'm going, okay, I got to get that out of my head, or else I'm not going to be able to think tonight.
So we want to share that all with you because we're just real people like all of you. We are no different than any of you. We're independent representatives. We're not on the corporate payroll. We are here to share the information that Dave allows us to share, and ultimately, we're all at the same place. I want to give you some numbers before we get into our evening presentation. You know, this is close to the 25th anniversary or birthday of an incredible company that started off with the name Auction Web. Does anybody know what Auction Web turned out to be? It turned out to be eBay. That's 25 years ago. The very first product that company sold back 25 years ago was a $14 laser printer that started off at $1 bid and sold for $14, and the rest is history. That company now has 135 million customers. The company does 9 billion plus in revenue and growing, and it depends on if it's a COVID situation or not. Of course, revenue can go up when everybody's at home, and it can go down. But I did look at before COVID and then after, and they're growing. So we have to be honest when we look at business numbers. I share that with you for a lot of reasons, because what you're hearing tonight for the first time, some of you on this recording later, is a very first category creator company in the MLM network marketing space that allows you to point, click, and share to earn retail rewards from products that actually are owned by the company that are giving you the chance to market them. Now, what's exciting about that is there's so many platforms out there that take a piece of the action from you. What I mean by that is auction sites that charge you 20% on top of it, that you would actually bring your products to it and you pay them to sell it. Then there's eBay, for example, which I understand, takes about 1.25 to 5% of the total of the product off of what you list there or what you're trying to sell or what you're buying. So they make money coming and going on that side. It's a great formula. Don't get me wrong. Fantastic company. That's not who we are. Who we are is Collect Direct. And to start this off, let me just share my screen with our 2-minute corporate video that is now on our YouTube channel. Just go to Don Carson on YouTube. It's the master distributor site for Collect Direct. And I've listed it today, and you can actually go and see it. So let me do that for all of you so that we're all on the same page here with this company. So let me just blow this up and play this very first video for all of you.
You have a choice. Do you want to be a customer and just buy great collectibles at great prices off of our website? Or do you want to be a member that can share your own link and earn retail rewards when others make a purchase? At Collect Direct, we have warehouses full of over 40 years of collectibles throughout the United States. Everything from hockey, baseball, basketball, NASCAR, Beanie Babies, Barbie dolls, and much more. So if you just want to be a customer from the website, you'll choose which categories you are interested in. Search for the items and pick which ones you want to add to your shopping cart. The best part is you'll be getting the products you want that connect you to your past. It's that simple. For those who want to join as a member and have the potential to earn commissions, it's an annual fee of $9.98 to join. This lets you take advantage of retail rewards based on the package you pick. These packages will allow you to pick from the different collections of product categories. Each package comes with different benefits. Plus, our super collectors will receive an extra bonus of collectibles picked out by our authenticators. Store these collectibles in a safe place and imagine how their worth could grow over time. Once registered with a username and password, you'll be given a unique link you can share with others. We call it Point, Click, Share. Once someone purchases something using your link, you get paid. All items ship directly to the customer. So you're looking for a great return out of the gate on the packages you're going to get. The key to this is to get in where you fit in with the amount of products you want and the categories you like, and either choose to be a customer or a member. If you decide to be a member, we'll teach you all about the collectible side of this business so that you can earn some money. And our compensation plan can work even while you sleep. Let's get started.
Okay, let me just stop my share. Just bear with me here. I want to make sure that you guys can all see us. And I eliminate that. Can you see us now? Anybody? David, thumbs up if you can see us. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, folks, that's our corporate video. It's a great video, and it lays out the platform of, hey, do you want to be a customer? Go and buy what you want. I mean, or do you want to be a member? And for $9, it's not $998, by the way, it's $9.98, you can be a member. And that member has its privileges. What are the privileges? Well, the fun thing is you'll get websites. You're eventually going to have a customer website that you can send to people with your unique username on it, or a membership website, again, with your unique membership username on it, to actually share with people that may want to be a potential member. What does a member get? An opportunity to earn. Is there a guarantee? No. There's no guarantee in anything in life unless you absolutely go to work yourself and earn it. So we'll do our best to teach you over the next number of years for those of you that want to participate. And trust me, on this Zoom alone, there are so many quality mentors and leaders that can teach this this company's mission to all of you, and they're here to do it for free to you eventually. So get ready to learn and earn with this team. Now, with that said, there's a couple of basic housekeeping things I'd like to share with you. Again, when you get a chance, if you're on Facebook, join CollectRx Facebook group. It is a private group, but it also allows you to add people. If you want them added, please have them answer the questions. I was invited by so-and-so, Carol or Jackie or Jimmy or Deb, so that we know the link is there. But that does not enter you into our tree. That's completely different. Over the last while, we had people saying, hey, I joined the team, but that was because they joined the Facebook group. They did not join Collect Direct. They've gone in there to look. So that's the first housekeeping thing I'd like to point out. The second thing is we do have a YouTube channel with all the videos that you can go on and look at and follow. It's just under Don Carson, and it's the Collect Direct Master Distributor YouTube channel. All of that is there for all of you to take advantage of. Great videos there regularly. Now, there is one other thing I'd like to cover tonight, just to cover some housekeeping. We're at the very end, tail end of our corporate initiated early bird. That doesn't mean it's going away. What that means for all of you that are excited to get started here, and I think there's some of you that would have been here for the first time that are wondering, okay, I just saw this 2-minute video. Are these guys going to talk all night? Well, we're going to open this up to questions tonight so that all you have a chance to get right in there, and Dave can see tomorrow your questions as we go close to our launch here to be announced. But folks, there's an early bird link that only is available for you to log into if you actually have been added to our system. If you haven't been added to our system up to this point, that early bird link will not find you. So if you're on Facebook, don't think you can get into our early bird link. But if you are in the system and you're having trouble finding yourself right now, let me just quickly show you that link so that it'll help you understand where that could be. So all you're going to do is go to this early bird link. Please, David, can you see this now? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, good. This is what you're looking for folks. You will not be able to do anything with this free enrollment. Some companies would call this a pre-enroll. We're calling it early bird, right? But folks, right now, the early bird does not allow you to do much more other than see the team that might be building below you and to give yourself a link to send to people that are not in our system. It's very important for you to understand the difference between I'm in the system and I'm not in the system. You can't get into our system unless somebody invites you, folks. So once you get this screen on the early bird, then you put your email. Now, if your email is not correctly entered into the current genealogy, we will not be able to find you. At that time, my recommendation to you is either to do a support ticket, or I'll do my best in the coming weeks until this is at a point where nobody's having issues. Send it to dcarson@excitedcollector.com. I'll look and find you while I have access to the administration side. Eventually, that'll go away for me as well. I don't want to be the person that somebody says down the road, Don did this or Don did that. No, I'm an independent rep just like all of you, but I'm helping everybody to the point where we're officially up and running. So please, if you have some specific question, I'll do my best at dcarson@excitedcollector.com or ncarson@excitedcollector.com. That's Nancy. Once you enter your email, if this works, you should be able to continue and you should be able to see you're in, green little check mark. If that happens, you're ready at that point to start the process of entering your information, your address, your proper email, which you could change at that time, by the way. Change your username or add your username, create a password for you to be able to keep track of. And then when you go to log in, you'll be able to go to the login screen at that point. And when you get to the login screen, you'll be able to enter your actual email, that's mine, and my password. And before long, I will be into my system, right? And if I click on this right now, I may not have this completely, I do. So I can see a dual team viewer, and I can see a unilevel, and I can see hang on a second here, I'm going to show everybody this. I can see the free enrollment. This is our current system, okay? Once we go live, this will be updated with the shopping cart, with the videos, the other things that you'll want to point, click, and share to people to get them interested. This is the early stages, and you haven't paid any money. None of you have paid a penny, and this is the early stages of our free pre-enroll, or we call early bird. Now, if you go to a dual team, you're going to see the structure of your dual team. If you see your unilevel, you're going to see how many people you've personally, individually sponsored yourself, right? But if you get to the enrollment tree and you start looking at all these people or the dual team or the home button, all of this information on free enrollment is now connected to me. My username is there. I don't need to share that with you right now because that's not important, but I could send that link out to somebody who's not in our system and they could get into our system and start adding their information, setting up their password, and they'll be at the same point I'm at. This is where we're at today. Once we go live, this will be updated to include the other things you are all asking for. Now, with that said, there are some certain things that are changing on the fly with this company. One of the things is our 2-minute video now is officially embedded into our website. So just to kind of give you, pardon me? I'm just going to go in here for a second and actually find this link. And I want to show everybody, because this is for all of you brand new people to know that this company, honestly, folks, when people say to us, let's go, let's go, let's go. Well, here's why at times over the last month, we haven't just turned the switch on, because Dave is the key. When he turns the key in the engine and starts this thing, it's up and running. We can't turn around. It's as Dale Culvert says all the time, you can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste holder once it's out. So we want to make sure that this is absolutely perfect. So here's an example of perfect, right? So when I go to our user interface, and folks, one more point of interest for all of you on the housekeeping part. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, men, women, look at the YouTube channel and go see the video I did last night on the shopping cart. I'm not going to show the same amount tonight because that takes a long time. You don't want me to do that. Go look at it. I gave you great examples. I'm not going to do the compensation plan in a big way tonight. It's on YouTube. Now go look at it. There's professional network gurus that are doing trainings on the compensation plan as we speak that'll be shared on training platforms we're going to offer on a different night other than Wednesdays. That's happening as we speak. But I do want to show you one thing just to show you the evolution of our company as we go forward. You know, as I look at the How You Works section, it is now the actual video that you saw a little earlier that'll be in there for you to share with your team, right? Eventually, your new people. So it's not hidden, it's there for all of you to use. And those folks can go in there and join your team right from that platform. They'll get excited. The compensation plan is very robust inside this website so that you can see all the things you need to see on how you make money. I'm not going through that tonight. Your shop collections button will allow you to see the different items. And we've had so much fun recently looking at all the new things. I know Dave said he put Hot Wheels or Matchbox toys on here today. I might just type Matchbox just for heck of it. Yeah, this is just loaded today, some of this stuff, you know, like old school packaged up Matchbox toys for $10. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. There are so many people that will buy a collection of one, and they'll just add it to their shopping cart. They'll say, let's go shopping. Okay, I'm going to go shopping. What do I want to buy? I want to buy that. Add that to my cart. Okay, what do I got on my cart so far? I got $10 worth of stuff. And they'll keep going. And before you know it, they're continuing shopping and buying something else. Maybe I add that to the cart. Maybe I buy a baseball item, a NASCAR item. I mean, NASCAR is a huge category. Let me just type that in here for a second, NASCAR. And thousands, folks, it's mind-boggling what Mr. Jordan has done for all of us for 40 years. I mean, I want that. I want that. And then my shopping cart gets populated and I look at my cart and I say, great, I'm up to whatever I'm up to, $104. Folks, there will be people that will shop for gifts in Collect Direct around the globe, 24 hours a day throughout the different time zones. I want to also share with all of you that the international efforts that many of you asked about is looking more and more on the positive, better and better every day. There are so many smart people that are involved here, guys, ladies, gentlemen, men, women, putting the pieces together in this, I'm going to say it, I believe it in my heart, this $1 billion company. I'm saying that because my heart, me, Don Carson, independent representative, believes, and I'm a businessman. I've sold companies on New York Stock Exchange in the past for millions. I've sold other companies. I've started companies. I want you all to understand I'm not bragging. I'm saying I feel in my heart this will be a $1 billion revenue company. Day one, 1995, a company I talked about earlier started on September 3rd, right? Here we are on July 12th, and you're all at a platform that I believe will all look back, many of us, the next 10, 15, 20 years, and say, I can't believe I was there at that time, back when we started. So that's just a vision for all of you to get your head around where we're at. Now, I want Nancy to talk for a second. I want to catch my breath, and I want to read off something that just happened, very exciting. So go ahead, Nancy, please.
I was actually thinking the last time I remember you talking this fast, saying this much stuff is when it's on a to-do list for me. Try and say as many things as
What do I do with that list?
Try and say as many things as possible as fast as you can. No, every time I give Don a to-do list that has his name on the top, he crosses his name out and writes my name and gives it back to me.
I do.
That's how we do honey-do lists around our
That's how we
house.
roll. That's how we roll. Okay, so we have something called a pre-pack, and our company is launching with pre-packs. You folks have been here for the last number of months. Many of you, some of you just recently. $279 is a pre-pack of a collectible category. Currently, or at least of last week, we had 7 categories we were releasing day one. We're now up to 12. We have 12 categories of products, and Dave hopes to have that up to 25 at some point by the end of September, October, whatever. We're currently approaching the 5,000 SKU mark. A SKU is each item is a SKU. Behind that item is inventory that you can point, click, and share and market. When it runs out, it comes off the website. There'll be many more SKUs coming online as we speak. It's super exciting when you think about this. Now, when I talk about 5,000 being a goal that Dave had to be available for our launch, he's expecting that 5,000 to be available by Friday. Does that mean we are officially taking money by Friday? Not my decision. 100% Dave Jordan's decision. His comment to me today was, this is a $1 billion company, Don. I want to make sure that everything is perfect for our launch, because this is my last hurrah for my dream that I started when I was a little boy. So imagine 5,000 SKUs available by Friday, and imagine the button being pushed by Dave officially sometime very shortly. I can only say that, but I want you all to know that you're still adding your early bird people. You're getting your links and sending other people out there. And meanwhile, the inventory is going into the system ready for you to point, click, and share on launch. There are things coming down the pipeline that I was privy to today in social media. Incredible. There's things coming down the pipeline in our app. It's so duplicatable. There are things coming down for credibility to be inserted into the packages. Mind-boggling. Why do I tell you all that? Because I want you all to know that nobody is sitting around doing nothing while you all wait to get further excited.
I can't even believe you got Dave on the phone. We actually were talking to him just briefly when we were coming home from the lake, and he is so busy doing what he's doing. He's getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and busy. He says the worst thing ever is distractions. So he just doesn't even allow for them. So
he's an interesting man, and you all are going to love him to pieces when he starts doing his impersonations at our very first event, which we hope to announce before the end of July, middle of August for you all to plan for. Now, with that said, there's a lot of you that have chats here that we wanted to start onto the Ask Us question type. So I'm going to let Nancy maybe start at the top and start reading through some of these and see if anything is pertinent for us to talk about really quickly. I see one there that says, I want a specific Michael Jordan or Tom Brady card. Will that be on our website? Well, I can't tell you if that particular card will be, but I will tell you that yes, Michael Jordan and Brady cards are on the website. Are there signed jerseys? Dave has many of those things as SKUs coming down the road. He has not entered any of those today. Will there be pictures eventually on the website? Yes, for us to be able to make she shacks and man caves. But there's other questions. Let's see what the next question might
Len
be.
wants to know where to find the YouTube, which is the
Just go YouTube.
Facebook.
Yeah. So Facebook is Collect Direct. That's our current Facebook. Now, I have to bring our guest on. I've been very rude. He's been waiting, and it is supper time. Casey, can you come off mute, please?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, Don.
You are amazing. I hope you got a little excited just listening to us get a little excited.
No, hey, thanks for having me on. I recognize a lot of familiar faces and names in here from previous calls, so it's super exciting to see a lot of these people again. If you guys are new, real quick, my name's Casey Amundsen. I'm based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been helping Don and Dave and Nancy with everything kind of behind the scenes as well. Everything kind of related to the marketing, the user experience, the branding. And I can tell you firsthand, I work with a lot of brands, not only in the US, but throughout the country, both in launching them and scaling them in the marketplace. And when the Zoom gets shut off and the phones get shut off and I get to see what's happening behind the scenes, you guys are incredible. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm super grateful for Don and Nancy and Dave, the entire team, because what they're saying is 100% accurate. And it's amazing for me to see, because when I see the passion behind the scenes, and just the excitement through everyone in the office and, you know, everyone that's a part of this, it's really, really cool to see, and it's contagious. So super, super grateful to be a part of this. I'm excited for everyone on the call too, because everyone's kind of getting in on the ground floor.
So Casey, I brought you on tonight to set the record straight, to be able to get everybody to understand. First of all, everybody, Casey is the mastermind sort of behind the front end of the website, the interaction you're going to see and experience. Chris, who you met the week before, is the mastermind on the back side of the website. Those two connect together and make things work. They're definitely, you know, Huey and Louie, or whatever you want to call them. They're different companies, but they like and respect each other. So we've got a dynamic set of two that are doing this for all of you. Now, Casey, the important thing we need to talk about, and some of you will have to understand that this is not anything other than protecting the golden goose, right? Casey, brand, do's, don'ts. There's more of this coming with our brand enforcement, but I want you to go right into it. We're seeing some things out there that have to stop. Go right ahead.
Yeah, no, and I think, you know, it's the timing's perfect, right? Because we're really close to launch. There's a lot of excitement. We got a lot of passionate people on here that are ready to start growing their businesses. They're out there doing what they know how to do, and which is great, right? Building social media accounts, putting information out there. So nothing that's not typical, right? So there's a couple of things, you guys. You know, we're really going to focus on protecting the brand at all costs, and really what that means is you know, we got to be careful with using the brand name and ensuring that there's no any type of trademark infringements, right? So I'll give you an example of just a common one that's typically not intended, but it's an easy mistake that most people make, right? They'll go and they'll set up a Facebook page and they'll have it, you know, Casey Amundsen collectdirect.com, right? And we can't do that, unfortunately, right? Because I don't own that trademark. And so if you have a page today, and as an example, right, of something that we commonly see in this space, if you have that, if you've done that already, not a big deal. It's easily correctable. That one, all you can do, if you're the admin on the Facebook page, you can go in there and edit your name at any time, and it will actually update that URL accordingly, right? So those are really, really simple things that you know, there's never harm intended, right? But we do got to protect the trademark. We are, my company is enrolled in a pilot right now, Facebook, around brand registry. And so basically what that means is, and of course, we're not going to do this right away, but we want to give everyone here, of course, a heads up. And we're going to be communicating this more in both videos, do's and don'ts, and obviously in some literature that will provide everyone as well. So I don't want everyone to react crazy here, but it is important. So for example, the brand registry program, very similar to Amazon, right? So like when you register a product with Amazon, if you're not the brand owner and it's protected, you can't sell the product to Amazon. Very similar to Facebook, what they're doing is they're building out a brand registry program. If you're using somebody else's brand name and it hasn't been approved by the brand, it's the Facebook page will get deleted when we submit that into Facebook. So we do a lot of work in building up these Facebook pages and these followers and these likes and just all the content related to that page. So guys, if you have it, you know, I would do it sooner than later. You can go as an admin on a Facebook page. You can update your username and make sure that you omit, you know, collect direct, so that's not in there. And so that's one that's common. Don, we're gonna be releasing a lot more of this information, like I said, and we're gonna put some videos together so people just kind of understand the do's and don'ts, and then we can take more questions on it as well. But we just want to be cautious of that because there's going to be, with every new business, and this is a category disruptor. There's going to be a lot of people coming in, doing, you know, things that we don't want. And a lot of times, as big as we're going to get, we can't tell who's the good actor and who's the bad actor. So the account will just get cut. And we don't want that to happen to anyone here, of course. So we just want you guys, we'll communicate as much as we can so everyone knows, you know, understands the do's and the don'ts. And of course, I'm going to make myself accessible as well once we get live. So I'll be able to answer questions and take part in these calls and participate in the closed Facebook group as well and answer some questions. So,
Casey,
so
Casey, just to make a summary of what you said, if you are using Collect Direct in any URL of any kind currently, for a training platform, for a Facebook page, for your own a website design, must go away. And our brand enforcement that was on the call with you and me earlier on today said they will be stamping those out. So folks,
yeah,
it's a word of warning. It's not me.
Yeah,
this is a
super important.
company-wide policy.
Yeah, super important. We use a program that actually crawls the entire internet, and all of this information will pop up, whether it's a domain URL, a subdomain, whatever, what have you. So just be super careful, guys. Don't, you know, stay away from that. Don't use it. Again, if there's proper uses for it, we'll communicate that. But yeah, we just want to give everyone's heads up here because we're going and securing assets online, whether it's Facebook pages or Instagram pages or TikTok or what have you. So just make sure, do not use Collect Direct name in those as those page names.
Perfect. Okay. Well, you've been, you know, and that's what I asked you to do today because I could say it, but coming from you, who's the chief of this front end and involved with the brand enforcement, you guys have to understand, Dave's not kidding around. This is not going this is not a 1-year plan, folks. This is my opinion, $1 billion company that you're here today for the first day growing with all of us. So I hope you're excited about that, folks. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
More
Don,
information on that to come.
One last thing before we carry on is we have a Facebook community, of course, that you're always posting new content, and absolutely get in there, guys. That's so important because there's going to be so much important stuff there. There's also a new Facebook page that's specific, more product focused, right? I would definitely go on there. We're starting to actually release all the content on those social pages. We'll provide you guys a list probably in that closed group so you can go follow, you know, the other social media pages as well. And there'll be a lot of updates happening in there as well. The closed group, of course, is special because that will be information probably not available that we're discussing privately. But so anyway, great to see everyone. I hope that I get to meet a lot of you guys in person and look forward to working with many of you.
Casey, get back to your family. You're awesome. I'm sure there's questions in the group. Whatever I can take off there, Nancy's writing them down. We'll send you a list of them. You can come back with an answer. I'll post them in my Facebook or in our Facebook group at some point in the next 24 hours, if that's okay with you, Casey.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks, my friend. Good night. Take care. Okay, everyone. Now, that's the beginning stages of something we had to get out because there are some of you that say, well, it's only for this and it's only for that. I'm sorry, it's a policy. It's in our policies. They're going to protect the brand. You have to adhere to it. You're going to have to change the name. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I get it. It's not the best information for those of you that want to do that, but you have to understand this is a equal playing field for everybody around the globe. Okay.
And the information will be provided when we go live. We're just in this unique situation where we're early bird.
Yeah, and that is a good term because we are early bird and we are going to get the worm. Folks, there's companies out there that offer products that you use all the time, right? They're the #1 direct selling companies in the world. They're companies that are selling, $8 billion+ around the globe. They're the companies that have 15,000 employees and so many individual independent representatives around the world. They have a policy, they stick to it, and they grow it. But here's the most important part of that statement. They're still competing with other companies around the world. The other 2,000 companies around the world or in the United States, they're still saying mine's better than yours and mine's better than that, and mine will do this and mine will do that. Your opportunity is so unique because we're talking about products that you can't regrow, right? They're vintage. They're 30, 40, 50 years ago. There'll be LPs on our SKU list from the 60s, 70s, little 45s that you'll be able to point, click, and share to your favorite friend or somebody that loves that song from their childhood. All of this will be available. You don't remanufacture antiques, is my point. We have no competition. And to try to do what we're doing is near impossible unless you had a Dave Jordan doing what he did for 40 years, hoarding this in warehouses for all of us. So that's kind of a quick overview.
Maria has a question.
Okay, Maria
She wants
says-
to know if she can use the YouTube videos that we've created that mention collectibles.
Yeah, anything that's corporate wide, absolutely. But just make sure you're not saying your Collect Direct, right? The most important thing that you'll see in brand enforcement is you are not saying your Collect Direct. There's no reference to Collect Direct in your personal name is the key.
And Danap asked, are we going to have marketing materials? And again, marketing materials will be provided when the company goes live.
Yes, and folks, many of you are going to be the grand sort of foot soldiers. I don't know if that's the right pioneers as we go forward. When our app goes live, there'll be so many things in the app that you'll be able to use to duplicate. Out of the gate, many of those marketing platforms will be staged for growth. Why do I tell you that? Because we know we have a complete juggernaut here. We know the demand for the interest around the globe here is incredible. The question of international is being answered every day. There's things going on. The shipping for international is being asked every day to handle that. At the end of the day, the most important thing for you all to know is that everything that Dave is doing is for a long-term opportunity for you all to be part of. I mean, look, I'm 61, going to be 62. I don't think I look like it or act like it. My friends think I'm a 20-year-old. I'm crazy. I play volleyball. I'm absolutely a banana head. I'm a squirrel brain. I just all the time. But folks, 25 years from now, I hope and pray that I'm looking at this date and saying, I was at the ground floor, like I shared with you back in September 3rd, this thing called AuctionWeb started, and now is this massive company around the world. I mean, that's where we are today. So let's open it up to a couple of questions. Let's see where these go.
I wrote down.
Okay, let's see what the other ones. So before you go to your questions, because maybe these will be your questions. Question is what? When do we go live?
No, can you send one link to explore and purchase with option to join? At this point,
can you send one link? No. Okay, okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We have a customer website that will be launched. That website is not for recruiting members. That is to get retail rewards. Throughout the process of that person purchasing, they're going to be triggered with reminders that, hey, there's another of whatever it is you put on there that just got added to the site. Why don't you come back? Take a look. Maybe they bought Elvis, right? Maybe they bought a Pez, and there's more Pez that is in that category, Star Wars or whatever. Eventually, they'll get an opportunity to see, hey, if you're interested, there could be a money-making opportunity here. Would you like to learn more? And then your customer, remember, they're connected to you. It's your customer could convert to a member. If that happens, they will go into your tree in your weaker leg, and it's 2 teams, weaker leg to the bottom. Okay, that's how customers are handled. The membership side is where you're sending somebody who says, hey, I'd like to get involved. I need to know more. That's different. That's a complete opportunity for you to go after business builders, people that see an opportunity here or want to earn some extra cash, or the way you want to describe it. But remember, don't guarantee anything, because you cannot guarantee anybody can make $1. That's not who we are. We just say, go to work, get in where you fit in, And our goal is to help more people make some money more often. That's our goal. So any
I'm
others?
laughing because you are just capable of looking at your phone and speaking at the same time, but you can't hear my voice when I talk to you when you look at your phone. What's up with that?
Guys, is there anybody out there that knows that feeling?
I go, wait a minute. I just watched you do
Oh.
two things.
Oh my God. Okay. Is any more of those or do we get a question from the crowd?
No, you can get it.
Okay, let's go. Let's see who's got their hand up and let's see where we're at here. We'll do our best. Again, 100% now. It's out of most people's
Can a
hands.
customer
It's in
buy from
Dave's
the
hands now.
site without a sponsor?
Can a customer buy from the site without a sponsor? The answer is no. Our goal is to have you send a link with your username to the people that are customers. Your marketing to get those links out there will mean if they buy, you'll get rewarded. So the answer to that question, quick answer is no. You need to have a username attached to the link. I see Lori's hands up. Go ahead, Lori. We'll let you start.
There, that was faster. Okay, I'm just a little confused. So when I advertise for people to sign up, I send them to https:// right, www.collectdirect.com/earlybird/
Whatever your username is. Yes.
Can I still do that?
Yes, you can. Yes, that nothing's changed with that. That's a company.
Okay.
That's a company approved URL that you get to use. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank
And
you.
eventually, Lori, you'll be able to send collectdirect.com/ your username, and that'll drive them to the actual, not the early bird anymore, the website with your
Website.
information on it.
Okay,
Inside.
thank you.
Question, I'll bring up here about coins. Yes, there are some coins in the shopping cart and more coming. Dave has collectible coin sets worth lots of money he's putting on the site over the next 3 weeks, months, or whatever. Lots of stuff coming down the pipe.
Robert wants to know if we're launching tomorrow.
Robert wants to know if we're launching tomorrow. Robert,
Tomorrow is Dave's birthday.
tomorrow is Dave Jordan's birthday.
It's true.
Okay? No,
Happy birthday, Dave.
but I want you to know
You
something.
really wanted to.
He really did. It was something he said to us about 3 months ago, 2 months ago. He'd like to launch on his birthday. But you know what? The man is going to work tomorrow for all of us on his birthday, and he's entering more SKUs. He has set a goal to have 5,000 SKUs in the back office for all of you by Friday. And tomorrow is his birthday, and he's entering SKUs. So, no.
Aaron raised his hand.
Go ahead, Aaron. Raise your hand, Aaron. You have to unmute yourself.
Can we roll in New Zealand? Yeah.
Can you point, click, and share and enroll people in the business in New Zealand? Okay, so the answer to the international is you can grab a position in the tree. We are working through the legalities of this, but here's the thing that you all have to understand that we've just learned recently about international. That's exciting for all of you international folks here. We're not setting up warehouses internationally. We're shipping out of the US. Each and every one of you are independent representatives in the country you're in, which means you're self-directed to bring to the table in your country what you earned. It's not going to be a W-9 from the United States that says, hey, here's how much money you've made. Your country is governed by your tax system. So all I will share with you is that we are going forward with an international platform of multiple countries, but we're doing it strategically to handle growth as well. It's important for you all to recognize that. If we open this up to 7 billion people internationally on Tuesday or Monday, and 1 billion people gave us an order on that day, it's not fair to the company to go through that growth phase. We want to just go pre-packs first, and that's our step 2. Step 1 was the early bird. Step 2 is the pre-packs.
That somebody asked if we send them a link to join for them to buy the pre-packages, or can they browse and buy whatever they want? They will be able to browse and buy whatever they want, but not right out of the gate.
The shopping cart, yes, they will be able to. That's a customer that can buy. And we're not what's called not for retail. We're not belly to belly selling in those countries products. They're coming from the website. Remember, you're not delivering and shipping anything. It's coming from the company, right? And shipping to them. So we have a lot of ways that are going to allow us to be compliant, and we're not doing anything until Dave says we're compliant in that country. And we're working on that with some people right now.
Aaron,
Okay, go ahead, Aaron. I see your hand up.
Okay. I'm sure Dave is doing this, but most companies do that, any company, they try to crash the servers before they launch it to everybody. They actually try to crash the server to make sure, because I seen one guy that come in, he's got a huge contact list, email list, contact list. So hopefully he's doing that, because that's something we don't,
Yeah, no, our back office server that's handled by Chris, who's put together that whole infrastructure, handles $300-400 million. I mean, there's lots of infrastructure that he's built for companies for like 18 years. He's got our backs. He's got Dave's back. We're very confident that he knows what he's doing to make sure that that's not going to implode. But to your point, we have been running tests. We have been running shipping tests. We have been API and the whole thing for how the shipping works. That's all being tested as we speak. But what we don't know is day one, how many of you are going to order your pre-pack of a single home run hitter collector, and how many are going to buy a superstar collector, which is 2 of the home run collector. And for those of you that are wondering, 12 categories. Here's a couple of new ones that you're not aware of. Pokemon will be a category that you can order a pre-pack of. We will have a beer can category from vintage beer cans, and that collection will have a collector beer stein in the case that comes with that package. We will have Lego as one of the pre-packs. Folks, 2,500 assorted Legos in a pre-pack, and Dave's plan is down the road to actually have contests that go forward with people building Lego and having some prizes that he'll do in the pre-pack. So that's 3 more on the 7 that we had as pre-packs. The pre-packs are categories: baseball, basketball, hockey, NASCAR, Beanie Babies, comic books, and so on. Folks, he's going to allow you, when we launch, to buy 2 of the same in certain categories that he knows he's got lots of for years to come, right? So I'm not going to announce that tonight, because I'm going to let him officially do that when he comes on the Zoom next week, probably after the launch or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying, let him make that decision. So it's 12 user generated packs that you can purchase from 12 separate categories. There will be a non-sports card category. Okay, that's the things like the Batmans and the Robins and all those types of things. That will be in there. That's the 11th. And the 12th one will come to my mind real shortly here. Just let me go through that, and let's see if somebody's got another question. Hands up, Jackie, raised hand.
The 90 days.
Oh, go ahead.
The 90 days. We keep our rank for 90 days. Is it 90 days from the purchase date or from when the customer website goes live?
I would say your 90 days is from your purchase date. So if you buy your Superstar Collector on July the 15th, 16th, you've got 90 days from that point to fulfill your qualification, which we all have been looking at. Go on the video that I shared last night on YouTube. You'll see what that means, and become educated, but don't be an absolute expert. You don't have to be here, I promise you. There's so much training coming down the pipeline. Just enjoy. Jackie, go ahead. You can raise your hand. You've raised it 3 times.
Oh, John, it's been on there for that. Anyway, happy birthday, Dave, too, for when you listen to this for tomorrow. 2 questions. The customer link, is that going to go live when we actually go live for people to buy as a customer when we start? And the other one is...
So let's stop there. That's your first question. Let's answer that one, and then you can answer your second one. The answer to that is no customer link day one. No, we are launching with pre-packs only. We want all of you first to get your position set up with your product shipped to you. It'll be a 7 to 10 day shipping process to get it to you. That's our goal right now. And once you get the pre-pack, then we'll be able to say we're going to go to the next step. What's the next step? Then we'll open the 29, 59, and 119 product packages that people can get started with. What's the 4th step? When Dave says go, it'll be the customer, buy what you want, get in where you fit in, add little pieces to the puzzle, and order. So that's step 4, and we're not there until we get through step 2 and step 3.
Okay, and one very quick question. The other one was just for people that have pre-enrolled that may be in New Zealand, for instance, and are they going to retain that position? Do they have to pay the $9.98 to be able to pay that position, even though that they can't build the business?
Yeah, so that's an excellent question, and I can answer that properly. I'm just going to mute everybody up here, Jackie. Okay, folks, $9.98 to be in a business globally around the world that you have a chance and an opportunity to make $1 if you choose, right? That's your call, right? The process that we're looking at is those countries will purchase a $9.98 membership, right? That'll hold their spot, but it will not accumulate volume, but they'll not be kicked out of the tree. We're working on that strategy, and we believe legally that is important for you all to understand, that we want you all who are here early to have a chance to win, just like all of us in those countries. And our goal is to do this as fast as possible. But again, 100% Dave and his legal team's advice. So am I telling you, you'll be able to spend $9.98 to hold your spot? Internationally, we're not open. I would say there's a 50 to 90% chance of that being what we do on day one. So keep that and watch for that announcement. I think that's fair. Go ahead, Andrew. Andrew's
Look at that. Look how quick I unmuted myself. All right. How many different categories are there going to be?
12.
Question I'm asking. No. There's not just 12 different different things like Pez, baseball cards. There's way more. How many is that?
Yeah, no. How many categories will we eventually have on our website? Is that what you're asking?
How many different, like, remember I sent you the thing?
Well, let's show, let me listen. There's still a large group of people here. Let me share those 12 categories. Is that fair? Can I do that?
Of course it's fair. Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that, and we'll answer that question. Do you have a second question, Andrew, or that wouldn't be the answer to your question if I can share that?
No, that'll be good.
Okay, let me go there. Okay, hang on. So bear with me, folks. Let me just get back to this site here, and hopefully I'm still live here. I don't know if you can see that. Go ahead. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, let me just show you the categories as I go into the shop. It might kick me out because I haven't been there for a while. So I got to go back to the very, very beginning here, go to the username, go to the customers. Let's see if I can get back in this way. Otherwise, I got to log right back in from the beginning. Bear with, let's see if it works, because it might kick me out here too. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me just show you the packs. Okay, I'm going to type in home run. That's what our collector packs are called. And here, whoops, hang on, home run. Wait a minute.
Wrong.
Home run. Yeah, why is it not doing that? What have I done? Pre-pack. Yeah, it's called a pre-pack. What is that? Bear with me. It's being recorded, and you just saw me make my face look silly, but that's okay. Home run. I want to show them to you. It's probably important for you to see them. Let's see, what can I call it? I call it a home run. Whoops, run collector. That should work. No. Okay, let me go back to the beginning. I'm going to go back out to the link and get right back into it from the beginning, because I think it's not working because I'm not in the system properly. Because I'll go. Good thing that this is live, because you guys can see that this is a home-based business. Okay, let's go back here. Home run. Home. I'm just going to type the word home. Let's see what that does. Let's go down the page here and we'll find them. He added so many new products here. Okay, look at this Patrick Mahomes stuff here. I love Patrick Mahomes. Can I add that person in here? You go back up and add the word run now, see if it works. Oh, run, please come up. Nope. So they've changed that today. Let's go to categories here. Let's go to filter. Let's go down to different filters. NASCAR, 62 auto racing. These are all the different SKUs that are currently in there that were coming up eventually. Let me try Superstar. Here you go. Okay, sorry. So I went by home run. I should have went with Superstar. Okay, we're still live. Here are the categories that are available, the first 12. Beer cans. Superstar collector pack with 100 old vintage beer cans. I'm buying this myself because I want it for my home bar. I love this concept. Okay. Lego Superstar collection for the collector, 2,500 plus Legos. 1,000 CT cards. These are collector Pokemon cards in this pack. Comic books, 150 comic books in the $279 comic book collector pack. the Beanie Babies, 30 individual retired Beanie Babies with the tags on them. See, random. Hockey Superstars. Here's the collection that'll come to you. Is it as seen here close to it with graded unopened packs as well? Football, that's a pre-pack. Baseball, there's a pre-pack. NASCAR, there's a pre-pack. Non-sports superstars, right? Star Trek and all those kinds of things. Basketball and so on. So there's 12 pre-packs that you can see that'll be available for you. So I think that answered your question. I hope that those are the 12 that are coming out of the gate. Next question.
So once we launch then, right, for customers, right, not members, customers, how many different product SKUs are there gonna be?
Well, Dave is every day he's estimating the millions and millions of dollars worth of individual products. The SKUs are for the pre-packs. The products, there's 5,000 individual items with inventory behind those items. That's what we're currently launching with as of Friday. There'll be 5,000 individual items. Does that answer your question?
Okay, well, as it rolls out, I'm sure it will see the stuff. I appreciate
His
it.
goal is to have 25,000 individual items with inventory behind them in the middle of the fall. That's his goal. Sometime at the end of the year, 25,000. Launch with 5,000 every month, add more. Keep telling your customers to go back and see what else is there. Next question, unless you have another one. No? Keep going. I got a few more here.
You have hands up.
I have hands up. Okay, let's go. Let's start off with Jeffers. Go ahead, Jeffers. Unmute yourself.
Jeffers Johnson.
Jeffers Johnson.
Asked to unmute. Just go up there.
Can you unmute
Not
yourself?
the right one. That's the wrong one.
Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, hi.
Hi, Jeffers.
And of course, happy birthday to Dave. I had a question on the tree. We know that any free program that is offered, you're going to have a lot of people that are tire kickers and just aren't going to do anything. At any point in the future, will the tree be purged to get those people out?
Yes, absolutely. The timeline on the purging will be officially announced, but our guts say it's going to be somewhere after launch, 60 days. We'll clean the tree up. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Jeffers. And I've been interesting communicating with you off and on in email. So
Viola.
good to
You
meet you.
too.
Meet you. Okay, Viola, go ahead. I'm unmuting you. Go ahead, Viola. Ask to unmute. Viola, Tam, anything? Yep, there you are.
Yes, I've got two questions. First is relating to the tree. I have submitted people into the tree already, but from now until the official opening, can we still enroll other people into the
Yes.
tree?
Yes, it's
Okay,
like any other
so-
program, pre-enrolling people ongoing. You can pre-enroll them for free, get them to take a look. If they decide to lock their spot, they can stay put. So that is the way we're doing it.
So
Yeah.
educate me on where to add them on, please, because a New Zealander said that she could not get on. She can only look at USA, Canada, and Australia.
Yeah, so from a standpoint of entering into the tree, my gut says, and I'm being honest, I'll say this on recording, those people might want to use USA as a starting point and let that change as that New Zealand opens up in their back office. They won't be able to earn money, they won't be able to do anything to start with, but at least they could grab a position in your tree until they actually buy their $9.98, which will make a decision when that opens up for them to add New Zealand to it. Does that answer that question?
Sort of, like Dawn, just clarify, if that New Zealand lady is not ready to open a USA-based position, can she still be in the tree?
We turned off the ability for anybody to come in about a week ago, so that might be the reason why, because we're trying to control the countries that we have that we want to honor to go open up first. So I think the fair thing to say, Viola, is I think we're doing the right thing to be able to audit our system to see which countries are there right now, rather than opening up the globe.
I understand, thank you. And the second question is, would there be categories relating to dogs and cats and horses those pets? It's a huge thing in Australia.
Yes, I would say yes. When I looked at the inventory list that's coming up down the pipeline, there's lots of figurines and animals and things like that. A huge amount of that stuff. Some of it came out of England, some of it came out of different places around the world. So Viola, I would say yes. Okay, but I would say just keep going back and looking as it goes live because it's going to be added to all the time.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Don.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, go ahead, David. You've already answered, or do you have something else you have to ask? Nope. Okay, we've got Saren. I'd like to actually have you say something tonight, Saren. So I want to ask you, Saren, off mute. Go ahead.
Hey,
Saren,
I was actually just wondering,
Saren, I got to ask you this because I want everybody to know this. Where are you from?
Yeah. Vancouver.
Oh, somebody said they thought that there was somebody on here with the name Saren that was from Antarctica. That wasn't you.
No, my Facebook actually says I'm from Antarctica because my name is a lot easier to find. So
Okay,
I put
okay.
Antarctica.
Anyways, I shouldn't even have said that. I just got a kick out of that. Somebody said that. And I wasn't sure if it was you or not. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
Yeah, sorry, someone was actually just talking about purging the tree. I was just wondering, does that just mean that like obviously we need to be active? Just wondering like how active do we need to be to stay in with the company?
I think the fair thing to look at from a standpoint of $9.98 is a membership. If a person does do that, they're pretty much guaranteed to be there for that year. Right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All
If
right.
they don't do any purchase whatsoever, they don't buy a membership, those are the people that are getting purged.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Next question, anybody? Let's go.
I do have a question.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't unmute, but I remember hearing something as far as it's concerning the BV. And the way I understand it is the business volume is 50% personal and then 50% from the downline and customers. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's for your qualification for your position. So when you reach the influencer, home run, superstar and above, you have to personally generate 80 personal BV on a monthly basis. That personal BV cannot come entirely just from you. You could not just go buy an 80 BV item and qualify. You would have to have generated a customer on your left and a customer on your right, or the total of 80 BV. It could be 20 BV from the left and 20 BV from the right, which is 40. And then you could top it up with a purchase of 40 BV for your own personal collection for a total of 80 BV. So that's what that means. We want to be compliant across the globe, across the country. And the most important thing is you can't just buy your position and you can't just buy your loyalty.
Well, yeah, and I wouldn't want to because I intend to build a legitimately big business out of this. I want to be standing right next to you and your beautiful wife on the stage one day as one of your top producers. And that's just my personal goal. And so I want to study the comp plan. I want to get really deep into this. And so with that all said, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the hard work. I know that this is a lot of work on everybody's parts, and I appreciate being a part of this. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Yeah, Aaron, go ahead. You had your hand up. Thanks very much for that, David. These are great questions, by the way, all of you. And this recording will be powerful for you guys all to tap into to answer your questions for people going forward that weren't on the Zoom. Go ahead. Aaron,
Okay. Wow. Somebody I don't know if that was you that answered yes to my question. That about knocked the breath out of me. It's a ways down the road. I think it was you said, or somebody said that real cars and truck collectibles, people that I guess redo them or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a ways down the road.
Yeah, no, we're not coming out of the gate with classic cars, but that is Dave's goal. And Joe is his brother. He just answered that question. So day one, you will not see a 1969 Charger on there. My son has a 1969 Charger.
Here's another question though. This may not be added, but when I was a kid, there was a park behind me and there were several people there, and there's people that collect these. They're remote control airplanes and helicopters that take real gasoline. And then they would fly them. And I mean, they'd fly up really high. So I don't know if that'll ever be added, but that'd be something huge too, because people do collect those.
He's got wind up fish. He does. There's old vintage 1950s and 60s goldfish and little fish that are in the package, never open. You wind them up and anyways, I don't know. I mean, yes, it's possible, but right now I'm excited about the fish.
Where we're starting and where we're going to is going to.
Oh,
be
yeah, this is an
unbelievable.
evolution.
I
It's an
mean, the
evolution.
stuff that we've been talking about with Dave and what we see the future looking like, it's really mind blowing. So I know everybody wants to jump ahead to the good stuff, but you know, sometimes the good stuff is just holding hands. So let's just hold hands at the beginning and we'll get to the good stuff later.
Yeah, and trust me, we're huggers, so we look forward to hugging all of you because that's what the best thing is, to hug the world, right? So
I think there just may be so much stuff coming. And just, if you're asking if this is going to be included, just say yes. It's somewhere
just
down
say
the road.
yes,
It probably
just say
is.
yes. Yeah. No, listen. There's so many credible people that are already on this platform that can't even believe what Dave is doing here. So it's credible. I see KG raised hands. That's what it says. So go ahead. We'll stay on for a little longer. This is good. KG.
Yeah, quick question. Will we have access to our personal enrollments, contact info, email, phone number when we go live?
Yes, yeah. Anybody that you personally connected, you'll have access to them. Currently on the early bird, no.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else? We're almost wound down. We've been here, guys. I'm impressed, by the way.
Oh,
Rick, there's 152 people still here, Rick, after an hour and 5 minutes. I've never seen this before in any company where there's so many people just so darn excited.
It's absolutely exciting. And first, I just want to say thank you to you personally. For a lot of people on here don't realize that Don has put countless days and weeks into this since November. So I just want to say thank you. I know you've sacrificed a lot of personal time and you're not getting paid for it, but you know you'll get paid in the future. But still, it's unpaid, and I just wanted to show some gratitude there. And then second, now I forgot my other train of thought. Oh, customers, preferred customers. They're called preferred customers. So someone had asked on here somewhere, when you're bringing in preferred customers, you don't place them. Does the system automatically place them on a lesser leg volume, right?
If they upgrade to a member, the customers never show up in the tree of your dual team.
I gotcha.
So again, so we're compliant. Customers can have the opportunity to position themselves for a home run down the road. But if they upgrade, say 6 months from now, and they decide, hey, I want to make some money here, they'll go to your lesser leg to the bottom.
Okay. And just to make sure I heard that right, because I don't want to teach it wrong.
Yeah,
But,
no, we're looking forward to hearing your full compensation
yeah.
overview at some point here, buddy.
Yeah, but just the last thing I wanted to ask was the clarification on the monthly qualification. Okay, if you're a home run or above, home run, superstar collector, diamond, whatever, you have to have an 80 business volume total for that month, personal volume, PV.
Right.
PBV, whatever you want to call it, man.
Personal
It starts
volume,
with a
PV.
Yeah. So the question is it just, I mean, I thought, okay, so not enrolling members qualifies that. Only preferred customers can help you qualify that? Or?
Well, we've structured it as a member, as a customer acquisition, so that you should be out there acquiring customers. Now, folks, remember your customers are treated as a brand new customer if they repeat. So if you have a customer who wants to buy something every month for their own personal collection, that would count as personal volume for you every month. And you can use your imagination, how many people you know out there that might fall into that category, and you may have one of them on your left and one of them on your right, and that could be your personal volume coming from customers.
And I don't want people to confuse, that 80 business volume per month, once you're at superstar and above, that is not the same as having an active IR on the left and an active IR on the right either, if you're building the business.
Right.
So
you do need to have that as a structured, one on the left, one on the right at 80 BV each.
Yeah.
That's different. That is different. Good point, Greg. That is different.
Right. So the point I'm making is if people just enroll left and right, every month and do their ADBV, even if they can't get a customer to help qualify that, then they can stay active for the dual team commissions, correct?
Qualification is for that only, that they can only allow 50% of that ADBV to come from their personal purchase. So the answer to
So
the
they
question is
have
no.
to be enrolling to qualify that spot.
Yes, we want customers coming into our program. This is a customer
But
acquisition.
what I liked what you said was if it was a repeat customers, holy cow. I mean, if you recruited one on the left and one on the right, and they were doing 40 BV a month or whatever,
That would
then you
count.
just have to come up with, I guess, another, well, would that qualify your spot?
Yeah, no, if you were entirely getting your BV, personal BV from customers, you don't have to buy anything. You don't even have to.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I mean, that's awesome. I mean,
Rick,
okay,
Rick,
so
Rick, let me dig into what
Yeah.
you just said, because that's awesome. Folks, listen to what
Yeah.
Rick said. Repeat customers, I said, that BV, personal BV counts. Remember, the company's going to market to those customers on a regular basis to get them to be interested in some new things that are added to the website. So there's a very good probability that your customers will repeat on a regular basis. Could be 2 months from now, but if they buy again, that's PV for you. Personal volume.
yeah, I mean, the way I'm looking at this is the first 3 smaller packs is clearly just for people who want to buy product and be a part of CollectDirect in that way. But if you're going to build a business, it's home run collector or above. And so I love the way that it's set up because everybody who, if somebody doesn't want to build, they can be a part of us and part of the fun, and they can collect a little bit every month, or whatever they want to buy, they can buy a little bit every month. You're going to have people that don't even build a business that are spending $5,000 a month. It's really what I think is going to happen. And
Here's
so
the other point, Rick, to your point, let's just go one step further. There are people that are going to buy a $29.98 position. They
Yeah.
could advance all the way up the plan, because as they bring in people on their left and the right, that volume could move them up without them ever buying a home run collector. But there is a huge advantage for 90 days to buy a home run collector or a superstar collector, because the company
absolutely,
grandfather you
absolutely.
full commission, 5 levels deep in the unilevel, 20% on your $20 on your cycle pay. Whereas if you just start as a starter, you get 1 level and you get $5. There's a huge advantage. And for 90 days, it's balls in your court.
And between the home run collector and the superstar collector, it's like double the money, double the BV. I'm a superstar collector, baby. I'm not starting any lower. That's where I'm starting at.
Yeah, no, and
I
there's a lot
love
of
the
us that will. Yeah, no, and I'm the same as you. I already know I'm buying the beer can thing, and I'm probably gonna. I don't know, but there's 12 things there now, so I don't know. Hey, there's just so much choice there.
I think Nancy's going to have to control your spending.
Yes, yeah.
Look out.
In the
if
candy
Gabe's hats
store.
on there.
Yeah. Okay, we're still recording here, so anybody else got a quick question? Go right ahead. Sarah, do
Anyway,
you have another
thank
one, or am I
you.
taking your hand down? Take your mute off.
Yeah, sorry. So you might have sort of just answered this, but if we do end up getting like a frequent buyer, would it be more beneficial to just bring them into the company after a while, or?
Well,
like, to
no,
keep
no,
it
that's
sort of-
their choice. That's totally their choice. If they're just a customer and they want to buy,
Yeah.
I would leave them as a customer. It's their
But
call.
would it be beneficial to like offer them the option, like, say if they were
Well,
spending a couple $100 every few months or something?
Sure, because then they can maybe earn, and you don't know who they know, and their database could suddenly open up all kinds of opportunity for volume. Yeah,
Right,
It's
because you'll
decision.
still get a bit of the matching.
but I would never force anybody to become a member if they don't want to. Let them be a customer.
No, never.
Well,
No, I was just wondering.
What
if
I
that
find
came-
is
and then-
people get involved in these types of things and they're inevitably doing the business without even realizing they're doing the business. They're having so much fun. They start talking about it with the people that are around them. And then they point them in a direction and they point another person in a direction. And then at that point in time is the highlight reel of when you say, look, you're already doing this business.
That's right.
Why are you not upgrading to your membership?
For
Because
$9.98.
you've sent me this person and you've sent me this person. Like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
aren't you
exactly.
doing this? That's when you have that conversation.
Yeah, this has been incredible, guys. There's so many, and there's still 139 people here. David, your hand's up. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that, it's pretty amazing, we wanted to launch earlier than this, but I think it's, like I said before, take your time and make sure that everything's right, which is what you're doing. And hats off to both of you for all the time you put in, because, I've been through some company launches. But the timing of this, if you think about it, we're right before Christmas. And everybody and his brother is going to want to buy Christmas gifts. And that's one of the premises that I've shared this with people, is that, you get your Christmas gifts here, gifts for just about anything. And it's just going to be a fun ride.
It really is, David. I look forward to meeting you in person one day and shaking your hand, my friend. I appreciate you.
They want to know what the dollar equivalent for ADBV.
Approximately 119. 119 is an influencer. If it was a second order, that would be ADBV. If it was a first order, that would be 40. So, because you're going to get a $20 fast start, or what we call a retail reward. So remember, first orders are different volume than second orders, but they all count the same when it comes to qualifying volume, the QV. Qualifying volume, first orders and second orders is always the same. That's how you advance and rank. Again, go watch the video I did last night on YouTube. I think it'll help you with that. Okay, guys, this has been amazing. Stay tuned. Soon as you know and you start getting an email from the company, we're going live. That's the way I should say. Watch for the emails.
Todd has one last question.
So Todd, one last question. Go right ahead, my friend.
Thanks, Don. Just wondering, when will we find out the domain name of the customer site so I can get business cards ready pre that happening?
Yeah, let me see if I can post that before Friday. How's that sound? I think I know what it actually is, but I want to confirm it from Chris and Casey. Let me answer that by Friday. How's that sound?
That'll be fantastic. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys, remember, if you got any other further questions, dcarson@excitedcollector.com. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here with us. Let's all get ready for a fun. Hey, the picture today at the starting line, you didn't see me step over. You didn't see somebody was running. I'm just saying we're at the starting line. Have fun. Take care, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Don and Nancy.